The Indians with the ball across the midfield stripe, down along the near side now. Michelle Medina has it taken away from her. It's sent out toward the midfield stripe where Jenna Jordana will go back and get it. Kick it over to Catherine Higgins. Higgins' twin sister is Ann Higgins, the goal scorer. Both seniors. They start 5 seniors on this Northwest Catholic team. And it is Annie Higgins with the ball, bringing it down. Nice defensive play there by Sabrina Toole. And Coach Noiera told me that Sabrina Toole is his best defender on the cadet team. Brought in from the corner by Northwest Catholic. Annie Cronin sends it out along the far left side. It's going to roll out of play, and that ball will remain in control of the Northwest Catholic Indians. Brought in play by Jenna Jordano. Giordano gets it in for Michelle Medina. Takes it down along the goal line. Carries the ball out toward the front of the net. Now it's loose in front. Deflected by the defense in front by the Cadets. Nice job there for St. Joe's to keep that ball out of the net. And back come the Cadets the other way. Solid run along the near side by Sylvia Yanez. She has control of the ball once again. Her pass intended for Samantha Grasso goes out of play, and the Indians will waste no time and bring that ball right back into play. Nice overhead toss by Jenna Jordano. Goes down along the near side, rolls out of bounds. May have been off Corey Scales, we'll see. Back down comes the St. Joe's Cadets, unable to control the ball for very long. A swarming defense here by the Indians. Anna Cronin along the far side sends it toward that far side to Annie Higgins. Nice play there by Higgins to bring the ball down the field, dribbling along, crossing the 20-yard line. Down into the blue painted area of the field. That one will roll out of play and will be a goal kick for Molly Meehan. Meehan, a junior goaltender for the St. Joe's Cadets, will be kicked by one of the defensemen into play. Gets out toward the midfield stripe, kicked high in the air, bouncing toward the near sidelines, kicked ahead where the defenseman will wrangle that in. That is going to be Margaret Rose, I believe. Yes, it's Catherine Higgins, and she sends it up along the far side. And it will be Annie Higgins on the far side once again controlling. Good defense there by St. Joe's Rachel Barrasso. Pass toward the center of the field. St. Joe's trying to get the ball back from Northwest Catholic. Michelle Medina loses control of the ball. It goes back toward the goaltender, who will let it come into the goal mouth and pick it up. Kelsey Dornfried rolls it ahead for Catherine Higgins, the senior defenseman for the Indians. Nice pass ahead there by the Indians. It's Jess Fontaine who sends it across for Madison Borowitz. Into the corner now. It's Annie Higgins. Her shot goes up high over the crossbar and out of play. 28:50 remaining here in the first half. Northwest Catholic scored early and they lead 1-0. The Class M state championships here in girls soccer right here on CPTV. I'm Leo Bowler bringing you all the action. Right out in front, shoots and scores! Once again, Northwest Catholic with the quick shot out in front. And the goal is scored. It was Jess Fontaine, the leading scorer for Northwest Catholic. She had 15 goals on the regular season, and Northwest Catholic leads 2-0. So St. Joe's trying to get on the board here. And there's going to be a call that goes against the Northwest Catholic Indians. Stepping up to kick the ball for the Cadets. Looks like Katie Danaher will take this kick. So 11:26, the time of the goal by Jess Fontaine, makes it 2-0 Northwest Catholic. And Danaher's kick will go out of play, and it will be a goal kick for goaltender Kelsey Dornfried, the freshman with 11 shutouts on the year and the #1 seed Northwest Catholic, giving her a cushion to work with. 2-0 here. 27:23 remaining here in the first half. A nice boot there by the defense of the Northwest Catholic Indians, getting it out across the midfield stripe. Controlled by St. Joe's Corey Scales. And now it is Alexandra Weisenegger who gets it across field, but it's stolen away. Nice play there by Nicole Medina. Medina sends it ahead for Annie Higgins, who brings it down along the far side. Higgins trying to control the ball, can't do it. Kicked it out away, and it's taken there by the Cadets and sent ahead. First one to the ball will be Anna Cronin. Oh, and down go the Cadets. Jenna Bike, she's the leading scorer for St. Joseph's. She had 15 goals on the season. Bike gets up and shakes it off. She's a little bit shaken up there. Jenna Bike, a freshman for the St. Joe Cadets. The ball will be kicked here by Katie Danaher. Just kicked right toward the net. Nice save made by Kelsey Dornfried. Stretched out, pushed the ball away from the post. Nice play there by the freshman. And she'll wait for her team to get set and kick the ball down the field. A nice boot there by the freshman Dornfield. So St. Joe's trying to capitalize on some opportunities to get back in this. They trail 2-0 right now, as you can see the clock on the screen at 25:30 remaining here in the first half. Anna Higgins on that far side. That's Anna Cronin, excuse me, trying to get the ball back into play again. Brings it back across the field, and on the near side, it's Jenna Jordano sending it ahead. Nice pass there for Jess Fontaine. Fontaine brings it out toward midfield, sending it along the right wing. Nice pass there over to Annie Higgins. Higgins dribbles the ball back towards the front of the net, sends one right through the goal mouth. Ball gets sent back out along the near side, but taken there. Nice job there by Jenna Jordano to bring it in. She sends it ahead, intended for Jess Fontaine, and she tries to hustle, takes two people go down for the St. Joe Cadets, including now the goaltender is also down. That is Molly Meehan, but she's up, seems to be shaking it off. A big collision there just to the left of the goaltenders, to the left of the goal, excuse me. And we will get a corner kick for Northwest Catholic. They lead 2-0. Clock continuing to run here, under 24:10 remaining here in the first half. Ball kicked all the way across the field. It's Anna Cronin giving chase. She gets to it before it gets out of bounds, but gives it up to the St. Joe's Cadets. Comes back down the field for Margaret Rose. She sends it back toward the midfield stripe. It's deflected. Nice passing by Northwest Catholic. Medina tries to get it to Fontaine. Medina gets it back on the deflection. Oh, nice pass there. Just a little bit behind Fontaine, coming from the middle of the field. And it will be coming in for St. Joe's. And Northwest Catholic continuing to press the defense up very tight down here in their offensive end. The Cadets trying to get the ball down the field, and it's kept in. Nice play here along the near side by the Cadets' Jenna Bike. Back out toward midfield, where it's sent down by Emily Kearney. Taken away by the Cadets' Weisenegger. That's Alexandra. And it's now sent ahead. It's going to end up right into the goalie's hands. And Dornfried will let her team set up before she sends the ball sailing down the pitch. Game a bit physical out here so far. A lot of bodies strewn about on the field as they fight for position and possession of the ball. Controlled now by the Indians along the left side. Pass goes into the corner. It's Michelle Medina controlling. She's defended nicely. Nice play there by Leah Lewis of the Cadets, and it's back out for Nicole Medina. She sends it back along the far sidelines and gets it right back. Nicole Medina sends one into the left corner, looking for some offense there. Now it's Emily Kearney, and it's now Jess Fontaine who takes a shot that goes wide. Excellent effort there by Molly Meehan to make sure that ball stayed wide. She went from post to post very quickly. 21:38 left in the first half. 2-0 the score. Northwest Catholic on top. The goals came at 3 minutes and 11 seconds by Ann Higgins, and Jess Fontaine scored at 11:26 for the 2 goals for the Indians. Kick toward the goal mouth, just free in front. Nice job there by the Indians to keep the pressure on this Cadet defense. Taken along the near side by Jenna Jordana. Kicked out of bounds. Nice defensive play there by Alexandra Weisenegger. And moving for the corner kick go the Indians. Looks like the kick will be taken by Emily Kearney. And she pokes it in and sent across, attempting to get it out in front of the goal. Unable to do so, the Indians. And kicked out of play by the St. Joe's Cadets. That was Weisenegger who sends it out of play. Trying to slow down this Indian offense. Make them restart once again. Nice slide tackle made there by the Cadets. It looked like Yanez maybe was the one that did that. Could have been Leah Lewis. I could not see the number. And Jordana has it kicked out of bounds. Nice defensive play there by Grasso. That would be Samantha Grasso. Down for Jess Fontaine. Pass too long and sent back out toward the midfield stripe. A header there by Catherine Higgins. Tries to get the ball back into the St. Joe's territory. Corralling the ball on the far side, Fiona Shea. Back onto the leg of Emily Kearney, who sends it back across field. Defense for the Indians setting up their offense right now. A nice job there by the defenseman Margaret Rose. And once again, it's Annie Higgins going down the right side, taken away by the Cadets. Nice job defensively for St. Joe's. Annie Higgins there to push the ball out of bounds and off the foot of Marissa Grasso. Marissa Grasso, a freshman. Samantha Grasso is a junior, both out on the field right now for the Cadets. The Cadets with control of the ball, bring it across the midfield stripe. Pass ahead, nice pass there for Sylvia Yanez. Yanez defended nicely by Margaret Rose. Margaret Rose with a push-off and no call on the play, and the St. Joe's faithful not very happy with that non-call. But it was right near the official. He could see everything, and no call made on the push-off by Catherine Higgins. The ball will get brought in on the far side by the Indians. We got a change-up coming in here. Bailey Julian coming in to play for the Northwest Catholic Indians, and she will spell Michelle Medina and move to forward. Kick back to the goaltender, Molly Meehan, and she gets it back out across midfield with some help from her defenseman. Northwest Catholic with the ball along the near side. That's Catherine Higgins dribbling the ball up, sends it ahead. Nice pass there for Bailey Julian, who's fresh into the game, goes out of play off of Bailey Julian. And St. Joe's will control. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be St. Joe's ball, and they had control of it just for a short time. And once again, the Northwest Catholic Indians doing a good job defending the ball, pressuring the ball on all sides. And there's a whistle, and St. Joe's will get the kick. 17:07 remaining in the first half. 2-0, Northwest Catholic on top. You're watching the CIAC Class M Girls Soccer Championship game right here on CPTV Sports. I'm Leo Bowler bringing you all the action. Controlled now by Northwest Catholic, sent ahead for Nicole Medina. Intercepted by the Cadets, but taken right back. Nice play there by Madison Borowitz, who sends it ahead. She was looking for Annie Higgins along the far side, but it was taken away by the St. Joe's Cadets. Now out in the middle of the field, it was Emily Kearney who has it taken away in her pass attempt. Once again, it's controlled by Anna Cronin. Cronin sends it ahead. Touch pass back into the middle. Shot toward the net, goes a bit wide. Kicked out of there by Alexandra Weisenegger, one of the right back defensemen. And again, the Indians control, doing a very good job of controlling the ball. Kearney sends it back for Margaret Rose, who sends it ahead. And it's the Cadets who intercept. Samantha Grasso trying to pass the ball ahead. It's intercepted by the Indians. Taken again by Northwest Catholic. Along the near side. Kicked ahead for Jess Fontaine. Fontaine on the right wing. Finds Borowitz. Borowitz into the right corner for Ann Higgins. And a nice stop there by St. Joe's. And back the other way come the Cadets, sending it ahead. They do have a player out ahead. It's Jenna Bike. Bike now dribbling around the defense, but a nice job there by Catherine Higgins to take the ball away from Jenna Bike. Higgins then sends it up for Nicole Medina. Tries to get the ball down the field, but it's taken away by the Cadets. Controlled by Marissa Grasso. Weisenegger coming up from her defensive spot. Drops it back for Sabrina Toole. Along the far side, continuing to battle for the ball. And it's going to be turned over to Northwest Catholic. Nice job there by the Cadets. Jenna Bike, however, controlling that ball. Michelle Medina coming back into the game, along with Mackenzie Tibble coming into the game for Northwest Catholic. And they are going to replace Nicole Medina and Annie Higgins. Annie Higgins, the lone goal scorer, the first goal scorer for Northwest Catholic. Gave them a 1-0 lead. They now lead 2-0 after the goal by Jess Fontaine. Ball down into the corner. It's Fontaine continuing to control. Nice defensive play made there by the Cadets. Sent back out toward the midfield stripe. Another whistle, and the ball will get turned over to the Cadets. Defensively for St. Joe's, Alexandra Weisenegger having a very solid first half here. Nice kick down the field by the Cadets. That's going to make it through the back line, but able to come back and get it. Send it to the goaltender. Bounced high in the air. Fontaine to the middle of the field for Borowitz. Borowitz's pass intercepted momentarily, but it gets right back to Borowitz. She sends it again along the right side. Carried into the middle. Nice ball job controlling the ball. Now along the left side for Bailey Julian. Her shot goes wide of the net. And you get a good shot there of Bailey Julian. Good hustle there. Gave her an opportunity to send one just wide of the net. And nearly giving Northwest Catholic a 3-0 lead. Ball brought back into play by Molly Meehan. Out toward midfield, and it's controlled there by Mackenzie Tibble. Tibble sends the ball to the near side. It's sent ahead now. Once again, out in front is Bailey Julian. She can't get to it. Coming out of the net is Molly Meehan to grab that one, and the junior goaltender will send that ball down the field with a drop kick from the goal box. Tibble with a header that's stolen away by St. Joe's. Leah Lewis for the Cadets trying to get the ball away from the Indians, but it's able to be sent back to Anna Cronin, who sends it along the far side and out of the reach on the right side and going out of play, and it's going to be the Cadets throwing the ball back into play. Northwest Catholic continuing to control. Tibble sends the ball along the left side. Sent ahead for Jess Fontaine. It's not Fontaine over to Tibble. And it's taken there by Corey Scales. Scales gets it across to Jenna Bike, who takes it down the near side, dribbling around the defense. Nice job there by Jenna Bike. She breaks through the middle. Bike sends it on the right wing, intended for Sylvia Yanez. We have a whistle, a stoppage in play. We'll see what the call is going to be. Ball is going to come back to about the 25, 24-yard line or so on the football lines. And setting up be an indirect kick, I believe, from here. We'll see what the Cadets have in mind. And it is not an indirect. It goes up and over, hits the crossbar of the football goalpost, and bounces back toward the back of the netting, just over the top of the crossbar. And a good try there by the Cadets. Back into the game for Northwest Catholic, Nicole Medina and Annie Higgins back in. And coming out is Kearney and Jess Fontaine for a break. Fontaine, one of the goal scorers for the Indians. Comes back to the left back defenseman. Sending along the far side, it's going to be Annie Higgins playing the near side now. Going after the ball, goes out of bounds, kicked out of there by Corey Scales. Nice job by the center back defenseman for the Cadets. Out in front for Higgins, and a shot goes wide, just miss. And a nice shot there by the Indians. You get a good look at the almost goal scorer. Just missing wide to the left. And it was a great pass by Annie Higgins that set that up. I believe it was Borowitz who went wide of the net. It's Jenna Bike now for the Cadets. Showing some speed out there, controlling the ball and running by the Indians' defense. Sent out on the left wing. And there's a header that goes wide of the net. Nice attempt there by the Cadets, putting a little more pressure on the Indians. I'm sure they'd like to continue this pressure. There's 8 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the Cadets trail 2-0. Once again, it's Leah Lewis with the ball. She makes a nice move around the defense, sends it across. It's just deflected. Winding up to take the shot there was Katie Danaher. She was unable to pull the trigger on it because of good defense by the Indians. Indians send it down the field. There's a nice kick ahead for Annie Higgins. Annie Higgins on the left wing, sidesteps a tackler, heads towards the net. Center pass just off the foot of the racing Emily Kearney and just goes wide of the mark. If Kearney had gotten a leg on that, it may have been 3-0. It was a very nice pass by Annie Higgins to try and hit Kearney in the middle. And that kick from the corner goes wide of the net, out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Cadets. 7 minutes, coming up on 7 minutes remaining in the first half. The Cadets got here by beating number 11 Waterford 4-0. They beat number 3 Suffield 4-3, and then we're all over number 10 Rocky Hill 6-0. And the number 1 seed Northwest Catholic Indians got here by beating Weston number 16 4-0. The number 8 seed Nonawag 5-0, and the number 4 seed Lewis Mills 5-1. We're seeing why Northwest Catholic 18-0-1 on the season. The lone blemish, if you can call a tie a blemish, came at the hands of Hall on the 25th of October, a 1-1 tie. So the goal kick again for the Cadets. Back out toward midfield, and once again the Indians control the ball. It's on the near side. Sent ahead for Annie Higgins, and she's going to get whistled for the push-off. And I believe it was Leah Lewis who she knocked down. You know, that was Corey Scales who got pushed down there. Leah Lewis out in front now. She's playing forward now. Set towards the net and goes wide.
Checking in the lineup for Northwestern 14, Jessica Fontaine.
So it will be a goal kick for the freshman goaltender Kelsey Dornfried. The wind, which was blowing heavily earlier today, has pretty much gone down to nothing. The flag at the right side of the field, which was standing straight out towards us and blowing right to left, is actually just hanging with no breeze at all at this point in time. Down in the corner, digging there for it for Northwest Catholic is Jenna Jordana, and she is having a battle with Samantha Grasso. It's going to be a goal kick for the Indians. So Grasso, unable to keep control of it, knocked it out of bounds. And Northwest Catholic continues switching up players in and out, giving their girls a break. Headed back in by the St. Joe's Leah Lewis, center midfielder. But out of play, and it's thrown in by the Indians. Michelle Medina battling with Jenna Bike, both wearing number 10s. The ball given up to, no, it's going to be the Cadets. Jenna Bike made the call, and she was right. Ball goes in ahead. This time it's going to be Sarah Chili who sends it ahead, goes all the way across the field. The attempted pass is deflected. Back the other way come the Indians. Another whistle, and the player goes down. It was Katie Danaher who got knocked down, and the Cadets will control the ball. That one set ahead. Will stay in bounds. Nice job dribbling past the defensive Annie Higgins by Sabrina Toole. Toole sends it ahead. It's deflected away. Northwest Catholic now controlling. Jenna Jordana sends it ahead for Jess Fontaine. Fontaine into the middle of the field for Borowitz. Borowitz sent it on the right side. Controlled there by Anna Cronin. She sends it down into the middle of the field, and it's taken away by the Cadets. Jenna Bike gets taken down. No whistle, and back the other way come Northwest Catholic. Jenna Jordana down all the way to the goal line. And it's deflected away, and a nice defensive play there by the Cadets defense. It goes out of play. It'll be thrown in by Jordana. And that one may have been deflected, but a nice save there by Molly Meehan. Good shot there of the goaltender. There's 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Just under. 2-0. Northwest Catholic on top. Jenna Bike along the near side. She's a leading scorer for the Cadets. Catherine Higgins sends it along the far side. It's on the foot of Anna Cronin. Big collision. And down on the play is an Indian is hurt, laying just inside the 40-yard line of the football markings. She is holding that left ankle. And calling for the trainer is the official. So we're going to have a little break in the action here. There's a minute and 17 seconds left in the first half. An injury timeout on the field. The player down holding her left ankle. We'll see if we can get a number here. But while we're waiting for the player to get up off the field, we're going to take this short break. You're watching the CIAC Class M Girls Soccer Championship game. The score is St. Joe's trailing Northwest Catholic 2-0. We'll be back right after this. Okay. We're back here at Ray Snyder Senior Field. And as you can see, the player up and on her feet, making her way toward the sidelines, shaking up on the play. Left ankle seemed to be the injury. Northwest Catholic leading 2-0. A minute 17 remaining here in the first half. And you get a good shot there of the Northwest Catholic front line heading down to put that ball back into play again. Getting ready to get back underway. And the first goal today scored by Ann Higgins. Ann Higgins scored at 3:11 mark of the first half. And Jess Fontaine added the second goal at 11:26. The whistle is blown and we are ready to get underway. And Jess Fontaine was the injured player on the field. She's the leading scorer from Northwest Catholic. That would not bode well for the Indians if she does not return, but she did make her way to the sidelines, and we'll see if she comes back. Cadets bringing the ball up the field. Good defense by the Indians. Once again, Jenna Jordana defending the ball as it goes out of bounds, and unable to get to it was Alexandria Wazenegger. And the ball gets thrown in by the Indians. Nice play there by the defense of the Cadets to not let the Indians turn and run. Emily Kearney sends it along the far side. It's taken away by the Cadets. Leah Lewis with the ball at center field. bringing it along all the way across the field. Good defense there by Northwest Catholic's Emily Kearney. She gets it back to Jenna Bike. Bike sidesteps the tackler, kicking toward the net right into the hands of goaltender Kelly Dornfried. Nice job there by Bike to get that shot off. Jenna Bike, 15 goals in the regular season, and she did a nice job pulling the trigger on that shot, excuse me. So we're down to the final seconds here of the first half, and that will do it. So the Northwest Catholic Indians, with 2 goals in the first half, lead the 3 seed, the St. Joe's Cadets, 2-0. Goals by Annie Higgins and Jess Fontaine are the difference so far. So we'll step aside and take a short break, and we'll be back with second half action. You are watching the CIAC Class M Girls Soccer Championship game right here on CPTV Sports. We'll be right back. Yep.
Don't forget to visit the CIAC Championship merchandise booth to purchase your official CIAC Soccer State Championship t-shirts and other championship merchandise. CIAC would like to thank Brian as the official soccer ball of the CIAC. We wish to thank them for their partnership and their continued support of all of today's soccer championship events. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that you can now watch all CIAC Tournament Championship events on the new CIAC network online at CIAC.tv. All the championship games this weekend are being streamed live and will be available on demand for future viewing. Catch all the action live at www.ciac.tv.
Four.
Have an opportunity to get her hands on that ball. It was deflected and found the back of the net. She was trying to protect the post. It got beyond that point, deflected into the net, and Jenna Bite cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, the key to all that, they created some traffic, a little bit of a mess out top, and obviously Dornfried taking off her line just enough, and Bike, as you mentioned, the top scorer for St. Joe's, right there to put it home.
So the Indians trying to get some offense going. They have not had that offense moving so far in the second half. Taken down the right side by Bailey Julian. She sends it down into the corner. Annie Higgins giving chase. Tries to center it. It goes wide of the net and out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for St. Joe's.
If you're St. Joe's, you don't want to change the mindset of pushing forward. Continue to play with that urgency with 27:44 left, and they had some success now a couple of times with shots going towards goal off that right flank. Let's see if they try to attack the left side of that defense when they get a chance again.
The ball batted back and forth at midfield, then knocked out of bounds by the Cadets off the foot of Marissa Grasso, and the Indians will put it back in play. Nice overhead pass in for Annie Higgins. She sends it back out toward midfield. Deflected away by the Cadets, and the Cadets really being Johnny on the spot here in the second half.
Cadets play out of a very tough conference, the FCIAC, where there's a lot of terrific soccer teams. So down 2-0, a 2-0 deficit probably doesn't faze them. And you can see them working hard here, and they've cut it down to 2-1. It's going to be interesting, the final 26 minutes or so.
And it's interesting. That's exactly what Coach Todd Sadler told me before the game. He said this is a team that's hard to keep down because of the quality of play that they have on a week-in and week-out basis in the FCIAC. So Annie Higgins sends it ahead. A nice play there by Northwest Catholic's Michelle Medina. She's ahead of the pack. She's got the right leg. Deflected away. Great play by Danaher to kick that one wide. And that'll be a corner kick for Northwest Catholic, but a tremendous play by the defender, Danaher.
Danaher, the senior, able to race back, showing her speed. Michelle Medina able to steal that ball through midfield. Looked like she had a great angle to drive it, and Danaher somehow got back there to deflect it out of play.
The ball gets knocked right out of play by a good defensive play there by Marissa Grasso, and the Indians will put it back in play. It's Anna Cronin who will bring it in. And deflected right out of there by the Cadets. Nice play defensively. And it's moved ahead for the Cadets. It's Grasso sending it out toward midfield where it's deflected away by the Indians. That's Higgins. That is Catherine Higgins. Now along the far side. Good defensive play again made there by St. Joe's. Very physical action. Both teams doing a lot of pushing and shoving out there. McCowan deflected it out of play.
Yeah, McCowan's been a beast out there for St. Joe's. I've been very impressed with her physical abilities, her ability to get to that ball, her tenacious effort, and she's made a couple of nice plays.
Defensively in this half, it's been a much better showing by St. Joe's than they had in the first half. Northwest Catholic really controlled the whole first half of play, and so far, Northwest Catholic unable to really get their offense on track. Had a couple of opportunities, but not quite as many as St. Joe's here in the second half.
Probably a couple of reasons why Northwest Catholic able to carry that play in the first half. We mentioned 3 championship games in the last 4 years, including a championship last year for Coach Sadler. They've been there. They know what it's all about. And the St. Joe's, yes, they've had terrific teams. They've had chances too, but this Northwest Catholic team just full of confidence. And sometimes you got to stem the tide before you get your game feet.
Banged around out there again. Northwest Catholic trying to get the ball in front. They try to get it to Medina. She can't pull the trigger. She kicks it back. Sent over to Annie Higgins. Annie Higgins sidesteps a tackler, kicks it out in front, but once again, sweeping it out of there is the St. Joe's Leah Lewis.
Boy, does Higgins gather some respect. 4 defenders trying to take the ball away.
Knocked out of play, and it will be St. Joe's throw in here from the near corner. It's Barrasso with the ball in play.
Marissa Grasso with a handball right there. Restart for Northwest Catholic.
Northwest Catholic's Anna Cronin will throw the ball in from the side. Getting it into Annie Higgins, who goes straight down toward the goal line. And that one will make it out of play. Cronin will bring it back in.
Higgins with that soft cross right there.
Coming up on the 23-minute mark here of the second half. Jenna Bike showing her speed along the near sidelines. It's taken away from her and back the other way. Indians send the ball. Bailey Julian. Touch pass to the wing and then back to the middle to Michelle Medina. Medina has it taken away. Nice defensive play there, and it's along the near side for Fontaine. Oh, big knockdown there by Fresco. Oh, excuse me, by Medina. Medina knocking them flying. A lot of contact here in the second half, Don.
Yeah, it really is a physical second half of play. It's been fun to watch. Time ticking down on St. Joe's. Just above 22 minutes remaining.
Now it's kept in play by Jenna Bike. Bike trying to go down the left side. She sidesteps. Nice defense. Nice work there against the defense by Bike.
Northwest Catholic able to send it down the field, but the Cadets able to get it first. But no, stolen by Annie Higgins. Annie Higgins on the right wing. Out in front is Corey Scales. Scales gives her a shove, and we'll see what the call is going to be. Looks like it's going to be just a goal kick. No call against Scales on the push. And it did look like it went both ways, so the ball rolls out, and it'll be a goal kick.
Tell you what, before that opportunity for Northwest Catholic a moment ago, you mentioned that nice move by Bike, but that support defense by Margaret Rose really leading to the transitional play and that opportunity off the right by Higgins on the steal.
So Northwest Catholic able to get control of the ball once again. The pass ahead for Higgins is intercepted by the Cadets. Cronin and Bike fighting for the ball. Bike comes away with it. She sends it ahead. Pass is intended for Weisenegger, but it was knocked out of bounds. Excuse me, it was intended for Grasso. And the ball's going to come back, and it's going to be a free kick for Danaher once again. She's going to get to wind up that leg once again. Good boot by Danaher. Ball deflects off of the head in the middle. Bike now controlling. She can dribble the ball very nicely. And that call is going to go against Northwest Catholic. I think that would have been a charge in the NBA. It was Madison Borowitz.
Yeah, Borowitz did throw a little bit of a block, I think, right there on Jenna Bike as Bike was trying to lean forward and through. Well, Danaher missed the upper corner on an opportunity similar to this about 5 minutes ago, Leo. Let's see what she'll try to do this time.
Just a little bit further, so maybe the distance will keep that ball down a little bit. We'll see. You know, she fakes the initial kick. Clock running with 19:30 remaining. And that one's going to go wide of the net, and we'll be able to goal kick. Sabrina Toole, the player that I was told by Coach Noriera was the best defensive player on the team.
Well, she moved up for an offensive flick right there with the head. Just missed it on a well-directed ball. That was a great set piece by St. Joe's. Just missed as she was wide open side of the goal.
Down the left side come the Indians. There's a centering pass. It was intended out in front for Michelle Medina, but deflected away by the Cadets. Oh, nice play by Borowitz there to keep it alive. Sends it in front for Medina. Medina controls, sends it off on the right wing for Annie Higgins. Higgins being defended nicely by Barrasso there, and Higgins dribbles it all the way down to the baseline, sent out in front. There's a shot from the backside, and they score! Beautiful shot there by the Indians. Nice play by Annie Higgins once again. And I'm going to have to wait to see the number on that one, Don. I did not catch the back of her jersey, but a nice play coming in on the left wing there.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. A bit of a scramble off that cross off the right side by Higgins as she had that space. It looked as though it might have been, if I had to guess, Anna Cronin perhaps with the goal, the freshman, but we'll await the official word.
And Medina was out there as well. She was out. Michelle Medina was out in front as well. We'll have to wait and hear what the official call is.
That's a big goal for Northwest Catholic to take the 3-1 lead. They still have not sent up the goal scorer from down below from the official scorers table. Well, Higgins off the right flank will get another chance here, Leo. Just broken up.
And the Cadets trying to get back into this one again, down with another trailing by 2 goals once again. Medina in the middle of the field will send it to the left side for Jess Fontaine.
I think it was Fontaine perhaps who scored that goal.
Thing,
absolutely.
Yeah. Fontaine has already scored a goal earlier in the game in the first half. We're going to get a corner kick now for Northwest Catholic. And moving over to take that kick will be Kearney. And I see Medina moving over there as well.
Yeah, they're still talking up here in the press box about who scored the goal, but it looked like it was Fontaine with that good look as she made that run off the left flank a moment ago.
I would agree with you. It's very solid nose for the goal, too.
Absolutely. And with Cronin playing along the back row, highly unlikely that she'd be up that forward.
I'm thinking it's either Medina or Fontaine. Cronin sends the ball back to the middle. Again, Northwest Catholic with a solid passing game. Sending it ahead for Annie Higgins. Higgins being defended nicely by Leah Lewis back there to play sweeper for the St. Joe's Cadets. That's Corey Scales who sends it back. Taken there by Northwest Catholic once again.
They're going to give it to Michelle Medina, the goal. So Medina, I named everybody in the roster before I could finally get it right, but Medina with the goal in that scramble. There was a slew of players around it for the Northwest Catholic Indians.
And it is Medina sending it off on the left side, looking for Fontaine, but he gets kicked back out toward the middle of the field. And the Cadets now looking to try to get some offense going. It was Jordana at the ball shortly and got it knocked off of her foot, and it will be turned over to the Cadets. .35 left in the second half. We are more than halfway through here, and the Northwest Catholic Indians lead 3-1.
Samantha Lelu checking into the lineup for the Cadets. Coming off the bench, the freshman. Great experience playing in a state championship game.
So the Indians will take the errant pass and try to bring the ball back up the field. Annie Higgins deflects it backwards, and it's sent back to Cronin. She tries to send it ahead, and that one will bounce out of play and become Cadets' ball.
Well, the Cadets started 2 goals down. They remained 2 goals down after the goal moments ago by Medina. They continue to take some chances, looking for those holes, the opportunity.
Oh, and Annie Higgins with an opportunity, trying to get the ball out in front. She did have Michelle Medina racing toward the net. May have been an offside call if she got rid of it, but this is going to be a corner kick for the Northwest Catholic Indians.
Yeah, they were trying to work a combination of passes on the give and go. And Medina now will try to swing it towards the mixer.
Medina looks quickly toward her coach, gets the play, and she sends it out in front. And that's Jessica Fontaine with the boot from about 25 yards away, sends it high and over the crossbar.
Yeah, Fontaine gets a chance to really load up with that right foot and drive one, just missed the goal.
Fontaine, an All-American soccer player last year with 27 goals this year, still playing up to that level apparently. It's headed out of play by Annie Higgins.
Boy, that is a tough forward group for Northwest Catholic with Medina and Higgins and Fontaine.
And Marissa Grasso takes it all the way down into the corner. Sidesteps the defender, but knocks it out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Indians.
Tell you what, I really like what head coach Todd Sadler did when this game was cut to a 1-goal lead. He said, okay, let's start thinking a little bit more about our offensive schemes and what we can do and use our skill sets. And they built that 2-goal lead right back, and they continue to apply the pressure in the Cadet end of the field.
So it's knocked all the way out toward midfield where Corey Scales takes it and turns it around, but the Indians able to get it back, but it's deflected by Barrasso high in the air. And again, the Indians just seem to be in the right spot at the right time. They keep intercepting pass after pass. And now Annie Higgins is ahead of the pack. She's down into the right corner. She sidesteps the defender, but knocks it out of play, and it will be a goal kick with 12 and a half minutes left here in the second half. Leah Lewis on the defense doing a nice job for the Cadets.
Yeah, very impressed with the freshman, the angle she took on Higgins, who's very crafty. She wanted to step back inside of the defender, and she was able to stay right with her, so good work.
Leah Lewis showing that she's heads up out there for a freshman. She's also a very physical player for such a young girl.
Well, she has some great physical size, for being a freshman in high school.
Oh, and that one is a big mistake by the Cadets, and the goal scored by Bailey Julian. So the mistake was that the defender wanted to slow Julian down and give that ball an opportunity to get to the goaltender. That was not how it worked out, however. 28:02, the time of the goal.
Well, we were just talking about Lewis and her skill set as a freshman right there. Just a little bit of miscommunication with her goalkeeper, who was going to be assigned to do what. And in the middle of all that, and the dividend paid to Bailey Julian, she just went right to the ball. Everybody else couldn't decide, the goalkeeper and Lewis. So tough break right there.
Molly Meehan, the goaltender for St. Joe's, did not have a great opportunity to make a save once she and Lewis went down, and it was indecision on Lewis's part not to play the ball, and indecision on Molly Meehan's part, the junior, not coming out to play the ball, and it cost them a goal.
It's all about communication, understanding the efforts of the other, and right there they paid the price for that indecision, and perhaps this game going out of reach now with Northwest Catholic scoring their fourth of the game. So that's just a tough break.
It really is. A corner kick now for Northwest Catholic. And nobody over there quite yet to take it. It's usually taken by Michelle Medina, and I think that's her that's heading over there to take that corner kick. Yeah, it's Emily Kearney this time. And it's sent right back out in front. Bailey Julian with another quick opportunity to try to kick it toward the net. Couldn't get a foot on it. It's sent out on the right wing now. It's It's Emily Kearney. Kearney down into the corner doing some battle with the Cadets. It's back to Cronin. Cronin sends it out in front.
This is some pretty soccer being played right now by the Indians of Northwest Catholic. Great passing, working the triangles, a sideline.
And it's Higgins who gets it over to Nicole Medina, who tries to send it ahead to Bailey Julian. And once again, the Indians not allowing the Cadets to really get anything moving ahead. They are continually stopping the Cadets when they get an opportunity, kicking the ball out of play, making them throw it back in.
Yeah, forcing those restarts, slowing down the momentum. 10 minutes left. Can the Cadets pull off a miracle finish here in front of a nice crowd in Waterbury at Ray Schneider Senior Field?
It's back out beyond the midfield stripe, kick back ahead toward Higgins, but it's going to be corralled there by Marissa Grasso, who sends it back again toward midfield, where it's taken away by the Indians once again. That's a nice job there by Nicole Medina. She gets knocked down, but the ball is pulled in by Cronin, who sends it back toward Bailey Julian. Too long for Julian to get a hold of, but some hustle there by Molly Meehan to come out and fall on that ball and hold on to it for the Cadets and keep the Indians from getting another opportunity right in front of their goal mouth. Headed back in and just right back out again by Leah Lewis. Excuse me, that was Corey Scales. Now it's taken by Jess Fontaine. She goes to the left foot, switches over to the right. It's taken away. Nice defense there by Corey Scales. Back onto the foot of Medina. They get sent back inside and kicked out of play by the Cadets. And that was a good move right there because they were getting a little bit out of control there in front of their own net, Don. So brought in now, we're going to get another substitution. If it's in time, yes, it will be. Into the game comes Michelle Medina, who has a goal at the 21:15 mark. And she will move in to play her forward position, the junior taking her spot on the left side of the field. And again, the ball kicked right back out of bounds. And Medina will go in and give Fontaine a break, who was injured earlier, Don. She does not seem to be feeling any of the effects of that injury, or showing any effects at least. So it's Medina with the ball. She's got 3 defenders around her. Now they start to close in, and they are able to get the ball away. With the Indians able to send it out in front, where it's kicked away by Danaher. Trying to move the ball up the field for the Cadets. It's Sabrina Toole. Toole able to send it ahead, but nobody there on the right wing for the Cadets. It's Bike trying to get the ball away from, I believe that's Cronin. We'll see. No, that's going to be Catherine Higgins. How nice play there by Corey Scales to come in and grab that away. It's Leah Lewis taking it away and sending it ahead. Her and Corey Scales keep switching spots. They keep playing defense and forward, and they're switching from time to time. So Catherine Higgins goes back to get the ball for the Indians, sends it out on the wing, but too long intended out there for Nicole Medina. Goes out of play, and the Cadets will bring it back in for Jenna Bike. Bike centering pass goes off the foot out in front of Sabrina Toole. Then a shot towards the goal. A nice save made there by Kelly Dornfried. Very good job getting the left hand on it as it came to the goalpost.
Dornfried showing her athleticism right there, ability to remain in the game, the concentration level. Now the corner kick for St. Joe's.
It's coming in once again from Danaher. Danaher with a nice kick that goes along the back of the net. Unfortunately, had the right height, was right at the spot where you'd like it to be, but it's just offline and out of play.
I read somewhere, Matt Coyne just wrote an article after the semifinal round win for Northwest Catholic to move on to this championship game, that this team has gone 37-0-2.
Oh, that's amazing.
Over a 39-game span leading into this championship game. You're right, that is amazing.
Wow. The call goes against Borowitz, and it's going to be turned over, and Danaher will get another opportunity to kick the ball deep, and she does just that. Off ahead out in front, turnaround shot there taken by the Cadets, and it looks like that might have been, let's see, Sabrina Toole once again. Now Toole, the best offensive player on the team, has been moved up to the front line, really trying to reach for some opportunities here are the Cadets.
Yeah, she has some physical size, some height, creating some traffic, trying to perhaps disrupt the vision of Kelsey Dornfried. Nearly paid dividends right there.
Coach Jack Noaria put her at the center back position when I was talking to him earlier, so he's moved her to forward. As you said, it's got to be some of the physical abilities to try and do something with this big defensive team of the Northwest Catholic Indians.
I think everybody's kind of lost their positional status out there. It's everybody full steam ahead right now with only 4:54 remaining. They got to create some disorganization in that box.
And when you're, 37-0-2, you can tell they have not been unorganized very often in that box.
No, they're not rattled, that's for sure. Good display of that defensive effort right there.
So again, it's Sabrina Toole trying to get things happening down in the offensive end. Hits it off the side of the net, and it's going to be another goal kick. And that was quite some sportsmanship there. Did you see the Cadet pick the ball up and place it down for the goaltender of Northwest Catholic?
You love to see it. Really, it's all about that. The winning's important, but it's the friendships and the sportsmanship and life lessons you learn playing athletics at the high school level.
I was back out here on the wing for Annie Higgins.
That's a beautiful outlet.
It really was. And then back to the middle onto Borowitz's foot. She lets it slide to the far left for Jordana. Jordana carrying it down the left side. She's got Higgins on the far right, and she has got Michelle Medina in the middle. She's unable to get the pass off to the center. Sends it backwards. Back out toward midfield.
Off on the right side to Cronin. Cronin looking ahead, sending it down into the corner for Medina. Medina defended nicely there by, I want to do it right this time, Leah Lewis. Now, Lewis did a nice job there getting it out of play. Now, Leah Lewis on my scorecard is playing center middle, and Corey Scales corner back. So they definitely have switch spots. As you said, positioning has been put out the window at this point. They're doing anything they can to generate some offense. Annie Higgins with the ball on the right side sends it rolling down into the corner, and Michelle Medina trying to get there first, can't do it. Kicked out of bounds. This time by Leah Lewis, out of play.
Lewis took a nice angle right there, Leo, to make sure that ball wasn't sent inside for Medina to travel towards goal.
And it will be a goal kick for Molly Meehan. She will send the ball down. She's not waiting too long for her team to get set up. Only 2 minutes and about 10 seconds remaining here in the second half. And once again, the
2 minutes remaining in regulation.
The Cadets turn it over once again to the Indians, and the Indians trying to get some offense running. It's going to be another kick from the goaltender. She's going to do the drop kick, and that's going to be booted.
"90 seconds away for Northwest Catholic and another state championship."
So the ball is again on the foot of the Indians. All right, we're going to do the give you a star of the game for each team now, or just one? Just the one team. We'll do that in a short time. Again, we've only got about a minute left here in the game. And the Cadets turn the ball over again at midfield. And you can hear the Northwest Catholic faithful starting to get riled up here as the time clicks down under a minute. 40 seconds remaining here in the game. The ball set on the sidelines right now, getting ready to be brought back into play, and it is by the Indians. It's Michelle Medina down in the corner. Has it knocked off of her foot by Leah Lewis, and Lewis is able to get the ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to be the Indians' ball, and it gets knocked out of the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick. So we are down to the 10-second mark, and the Northwest Catholic Indians will make the Class M title theirs. So the Northwest Catholic Indians have taken the Class M Girls State Soccer Championship, and Don Boyle is making his way down to the field to talk to one of the players. We'll have an interview with a player coming up. We'll let Don tell you who the star of the game is. The final score was Northwest Catholic Indians 4, the St. Joe's Cadets nothing. Goal scoring came from Ann Higgins, who had a tremendous game, setting up the Jess Fontaine goal right after she scored the first goal at 3:11, made it 1-0. Jess Fontaine made it 2-0 at the 11:26 mark, and that's how the first half ended. Jenna Bike for St. Joe's made it 2-1. Then Michelle Medina, also from Ann Higgins, made it 3-1. And Bailey Julian made it 4-1. And North Catholic hangs on to win, and that'll do it here for in the booth right now. We're going to come back with Don Boyle. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back right after this. The final score, once again, Northwest Catholic Indians 4, the St. Joe's Cadets 1. You're watching the Class M State Final in girls soccer on CPTV Sports. We'll be right back. Yes. I do. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wrap it up. Okay, you got it. Yep, sounds good.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the awards from the CIAC, Assistant Tournament Director Mr. Joe Del Bono and Mr. A. Breslow of the Girls Soccer Committee. Begin with the runner-up medals, St. Joseph Cadets. Molly Meehan. Rachel Barroso.
Yep. She is number
Alexandra
3.
Wazenegger. Julia Marino. Claire Duffy.
It says Ann Higgins on the score sheet, but I could hear her parents screaming, "Go Annie!" out in front of us.
Samantha Grasso.
There's an E, A-N-N-E. Yep.
Sabrina Toole. Jenna Bike. Sarah Chile. Sylvia Yanez. Corey Scales. Marissa Grasso. Kiernan McCown. Megan Scully. Samantha Murray. Adrian Williams. Samantha Lelu. Sally McHugh. Leah Lewis. Jessica Wilson. Mary Morrissey. Carissa Solano. And to accept the Class M runner-up trophy, captains and coach, Mr. Jack Noguera. Congratulations to the St. Joseph Cadets. And now for your 2012 Class M State Champion, Northwest South Virginia. Rebecca Mullen. Kelsey Dornfried. Catherine Higgins. Margaret Rose.
Hey, Megan. It's actually Ann Higgins is number 9. I'm sorry. Her sister Catherine was number 3.
Shea. Bailey Julian.
Yep, sorry.
Kathleen Watterson. Jessica Kelly. Ann Higgins. Michelle Medina. Haley Connors. Emily Kearney. Jenna Jordana. Jessica Fontaine. Charlotte Carew. Alicia Susi. Serena Frasco. Nicole Medina. Jacqueline Kubastra. Mackenzie Collier. Elizabeth Oakley. Madison Borowitz. Mackenzie Civil. And Karen Loftus. And to accept the 2012 Class M Championship plaque, captains and coach Mr. Todd Sadler. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight's final award, Tournament Most Valuable Player, number 14, Jessica Fontaine. Congratulations to your 2012 Class M State Champion, Northwest Catholic Indians.
Two French fries. I got one. Where's the other one? There's nothing about
I think you're fine. Can you turn it off? No, because he's out listening to me.
He's got her now, just so you know. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Great.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just say.
Hello?
Good enough.
Okay. we're back here at Ray Snyder Senior Field where the Northwest Catholic Indians have become the Class M State Girls Soccer Champions with a 4-1 win over the St. Joseph Cadets. Right now we're going to go down to the field to Don Boyle, who's standing beside our player of the game, Annie Higgins. Go ahead, Don.
Thank you, Leo. Annie Higgins with us. 3 state championships in your career at Northwest Catholic, and a big one here today against St. Joe's.
Yes, it was great. It was fun.
You know, talk about how great it was, how fun it was. I mean, you guys were fighting viciously over that championship trophy.
It was really nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie. St. Joe's was amazing. Like, they really had a good game towards us, and we just ended up putting in the goals, and it was great.
You played terrifically off that right flank and set up so many opportunities, had a goal yourself. Jessica Fontaine, the most valuable player, of course. What's it like playing with a player with that caliber of skill?
Oh, it's amazing. She passes, she shoots, she's so confident. She just, like, her energy is just great for the team. So
talk about attributing the success. Where's it start? Does it start with the coach, Sadler?
Todd is amazing. I think without Todd, I don't think we'd be playing how we play right now. He makes us play two-touch, pass to each other, not just one person going to goal, but it's everyone.
You know, Andy, go back to when St. Joe's made a run at it. You knew they would in the second half. They scored that goal that cut the lead in half, and all of a sudden you guys turned it up a notch.
Yeah, it was very scary, actually, but we knew that we had to get stuff done, get another goal, and just to end it there. Yeah.
What's the future for you now?
I'm going to Connecticut College, and I'm excited, and I'm excited for the future.
Well, it's a great school, Northwest Catholic, and I've got to know some folks down there, and I know they're all proud of you and the entire team. Talk a little bit about the Northwest Catholic community before I let you go.
Northwest Catholic is amazing. It just, you know everyone supports you. Mrs. Williamson's great. Just all the teachers just know your name, and it's a good community. You know everyone, and it's fun.
Annie Higgins joining us, part of the championship team here in 2012. Northwest Catholic, Northwest Catholic victorious today over St. Joe's. We'll send it back up to Leo Bowler.
Okay, we're back here once again, and the final score, Northwest Catholic 4 and St. Joe's 1. The Class M champions crowned today. Northwest Catholic finishes their season 19-0-1 and Class M state champions. For Don Boyle, for everyone down in the truck, for everyone in my ear, I'm Leo Buller. I want to thank you again for joining us on CPTV Sports for CIAC Championship action. Good night, everybody.
We're done. Thank you, guys.
Nice.